Hello and good afternoon here. Once again, welcome to the 2025 World Bowls Indoor Championships hosted here at Aberdeen Indoor Bowling Club in the northeast of Scotland. Here's the schedule of play that's still to come today. We still have 3 cracking matches to look forward to. The one we're away to focus on at 1:30 is Saroji from Malaysia against Esme Kruger from South Africa. Following that match, now round about 3:15, will be Andrew Kyle from Ireland against Jack McShane of Australia. And to finish us off this evening, round about 5:30, we will have Alison Marion and Ian Marion from Guernsey, who will be taking on the Welsh pairing of Lauren Gowan and Ross Owen, and that will be in our first semi-final match of today. Obviously we're focusing, there's the beautiful trophies that's coming up. We're focusing on this match though. This is a quarter-final match in the ladies singles, obviously as I said featuring Saroji of Malaysia and Esme Kruger of South Africa. And I couldn't have had somebody better to join me than South Africa's own Jason Evans, who's come in to talk me through part of this game. So Jason, welcome to commentary. I'm sure you're looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good game, Darren. Thank you for having me. Esme's been playing quite well as Emma. So I think we're in for a good game, and the surface has been very good, and there's a nice crowd to come and watch.
Yeah, it should be a really good game. I think when we get to the quarterfinals of any event, you expect the standard just to pick up that bit. You know, the players have had a fair run at it now in group games.
Have a great game, enjoy.
We're at the stage of the tournament now where they just find their form, the games just get that bit better. Obviously a bit more pressure on people now because they know if they lose they're out. But I think this should be a good game. Looking forward to it. Players have had their 2 roll-up ends, that's what they get before the match, they all get that. Obviously quarter-finals, as I've said, are the ladies singles, so just to make you aware, we do have 4 games going on, although we're focusing on this one. We'll try and keep you updated with the other games as they go, and just so you know, they're featuring New Zealand against Scotland. That's New Zealand against Scotland. Then Australia against England, and lastly Guernsey playing Scotland 2. So that's the other games that are going on at this time, and we'll keep you updated as they go. But we're ready for action here, and it's Emma getting us underway. You been on this rink at all, Jason?
I've played a couple of games on this rink, Darren, and I was fancying the hand that Emma's just played. I just found my bowl was reacting a little bit better on that side for me. But I was playing up, I've come with the big benders, the grooves.
Yep.
And Esme's playing with the size 3 quantums. So she's a little bit under the line on what I would play, but she has been on this rink as well, so looks like a good starter, yeah. Yeah,
good start. Both players played decent weight bowls, and it seems a good rink to me. I've watched a couple of games on it now, and I think you get reward for your bowl if you put it down the right track with the right weights, getting back well, both sides. I think what's been quite interesting is most matches I've seen, players are happy on either side, so that's always a good sign that the rink's available.
Yeah, I think absolutely as well. I think if you're taking that line, you don't be afraid to take the green. It's always coming back to centre, so it's quite good. Just for our viewers as well, Darren, for Esme to get you, she had to win the Masters tournament that we have in South Africa, which allows her to qualify for this. So that's why Esme's here. And so she had to play very well to win that.
Good stuff. Where was that played, Jason?
That was played in Pretoria. We've got 5 greens in one of the venues there at Wingate Park, and it's the top 16 in the country that is picked by selectors that play each other in a singles event. And the winner then, the carrot is to come to the World Indoor, wherever it may be that year. So Esme won the ladies tournament, and so that's why she's here. So deserves a right to be here.
Good stuff, yeah, no, absolutely. Just sticking in there.
Measure.
It's called it as a measure. Same ball for Esme, just possibly a ball wider if she can just draw a shot. Bonus is just the outside of the jack, turn it round the corner.
She's certainly gone wider.
It's all on her pace now.
Yeah. It's trying to.
Good effort.
Yeah, very good.
Yes, good end, good end of balls.
Certainly setting it up for her last ball if she can tickle that white around the corner though, the jack around the corner.
Yeah, definitely. I think Emma will be aware of that. She probably wants to get another ball in the head. Ideally, probably just sitting around the corner of the jack, covering and counting would be ideal.
They've got a very good marker here as well with Ian marking days. I've had him a couple of times. Very meticulous.
Good, yeah, that's what you want. You want to have trust in the marker. No, it's still coming down the inside track. It doesn't really want to move the jack. Got away with it. Well, there is a chance, not easy, but really just trying to draw a shot, I think, with this type of shot. You just try and draw it, and if you do turn the jack 3 or 4 inches, you might make 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think try and sit her back ball. If she gets the jack's a bonus. Yeah, just get off to a bit of a start and she's certainly out there again. It's all on weight again, you're down.
It is all on pace. Thought her pace looked slightly better than her last, but it just needs to sit in now. It's definitely going to be shot. Yeah, she put it with good weight.
Yeah.
Probably ideal weight just to turn the jack.
So for us as South Africans playing against Malaysia, we know Emma quite well.
You
got
want
a
to
very good relationship with the Malaysian team. One of the coaches, Simon Botha, used to be a coach for South Africa as well. So they used to come to South Africa quite a bit to practice against us. So we know them very well and good friends with them.
Yeah, they're such a great
well?
country to take. You know, if I could have learned anything off them, I just think they're probably one of the best practicing countries in the world. They are able to go out there and just roll ball after ball after ball, and it's something I probably, and a lot of people in the UK, find difficult. If I'm being honest, you know, we probably would rather be playing matches or playing against somebody, or it's difficult just to go out there and do the same thing over and over again. But I guess that's the skill set in the sport. The more you do something, the more it becomes natural, and there really are. You know yourself, Jason. You've been around a long time. The practice is good, or as well as any country I've ever seen.
Yeah, and if you watch them on the mat as well, Darren, everything is just like textbook. Everything's just robotically done.
Yeah.
The same line, same steps, same everything, which is all down to the way they coach them, and then kind of like reminds me a bit of like the Australian guys as well.
Yeah. It looks like it could be 2 here, I think.
This is also quite different for us as well. We don't play sets in South Africa. We
Two
still
blue.
kind of go to the 21 shots on the singles.
Set score is
So,
0-2 after one end.
Set setup is something that we've got to get into our head as well. And we also don't have any indoor rinks in South Africa, so this will be really, really new for Esme. I've been fortunate, I've had a couple of goals on the indoor, but for Esme, and as the week's gone on, she's got a lot better.
Yeah, and I think it'll be good for our game in the long run, you know, because the more you can test yourself in different environments, it just gives a different shape to your game. Just rounds you off as a player, I guess. So Yes, I think what's interesting is for me is the
29 and a half.
watching somebody that was playing perhaps as you say 4 days ago to how they're playing now. They're adapting already, and that just shows you the class of the people that are coming here, that they're able to do that so quickly. And the more opportunity they get to do it, it's only going to make them better and better.
Correct. We just cursed with good weather, so we don't have any indoor.
Well, yeah, exactly. We need roofs. Even in the summer, we sometimes need roofs. Yeah, we're transitioning at the moment. Most of our indoor clubs have just come to a close, so that's us heading outdoor now for the next sort of 4 or 5 months, and then obviously around September time we'll start drifting back indoors. So yeah, it's obviously very seasonal here with us in the UK.
A little bit of a loosener there by Esme with the first ball. That first ball on the indoor surface here, if you can get it really close, you're putting a lot of pressure on your opponent.
It's interesting, just immediately switched hand, maybe just to try and refocus her pace. So it's a good adjustment, just needs to run.
Yeah.
Going to make most of the trip.
That's good.
Positive change of hand from first ball to second. Most people would maybe just try to add the 2 yards. That was a good call to change her hand, and I think that's the beauty of this rink. I don't think there's necessarily any of the hands that are not playable, so people are confident playing all 4 at the moment.
It's a really good setup here though, Darren. I don't know what the other indoors are like around Scotland, but it's quite impressive.
Yeah, I mean Aberdeen's probably well played in a very good bowl. For the size of the premises, it's probably one of the biggest we have. There's not many 12 rink stadiums around in the UK, let alone Scotland. But yeah, we're probably blessed. North of here, the stadiums get a wee bit smaller, so some of them are 4 rinks, 6 rinks, very little beyond that. So I'm an hour south of here in Arbroath, and my stadium's an 8 rink stadium. So yeah, we're kind of, a lot of stadiums now are built with less than 8 rinks. So probably just financial as well, to build something this big.
Yeah.
In the current market would cost an absolute packet. So yeah, it's definitely one of our bigger stadiums, Aberdeen, and it's a nice part of the country as well.
And the second ball was a cracker.
She too's elected to switch on to the other side. To try and draw another one in. The turn of the jack's going to be good, just on the wider line. It's kind of a role reversal this end. I think Esme just has to guard against that sort of small trail.
Correct.
Only one down at the moment. Ideally she would like to score, but I think the important thing is if she does fail, she fails sort of a foot 18 inches in behind, just to give her a bit of protection there.
For the viewers, Darren, what would be the most common bowl on an indoor surface to play with? Would it be a wide one, a straight one?
Yeah, we wouldn't ordinarily. Most I would say top players in our country would use a wider swinging bowl. It's quite weird because when I go to Australia, and obviously you're playing on probably surfaces quicker than this. Let's face it, but it's always trying to get the narrow bowl because it's easier to find the centre of the rink. Whereas out here in our surfaces, in our indoor surfaces, I think a wider swinging bowl finds the middle more often. Percentages are you get back off that higher line, as long as your pace is good, you always seem to get back to middle. So yeah, we would tend to play with a bigger swinging bowl, and I'm thinking of tournaments we've held over in this country where, like from Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, these countries probably came over and played with a narrower bowl, thinking, well, it's a quick surface, we'll go narrow, and I think they've now adapted to coming to a wider bowl when they come here, because they know it gives them a better percentage, I think.
A big bowl here, actually. Tickle this jack. Make a full count.
Yeah, early opportunity just to, as you say, keep it in a narrower line than her last. Look at the turn the jack. Just don't know if she'll get off the line yet. Once it does come, it comes big, but just not getting back. Weight was good for it.
Yeah.
Gonna be a 1.
One red.
Two ends of the set away, and both players had slight opportunities to make more of it, but at the end of the day it's Esme that's got a 2-1 lead.
Set
Two
score
ends.
1-2 after 2 ends.
Both players probably be happy that neither were able to execute the big count of 3 or 4. Because a 7-end set, we were speaking about this earlier, I was speaking to Stuart about it this morning, you know, a 7-end set can run away quite quickly.
Absolutely. And your thoughts on the tie break? Do you like the format that it's shots count, or should it be more?
I think it's quite interesting, you know, because before I came here, I've only really been used to playing in Marcel anyway, the one where you win the end and that's you 1-0 up. But I actually, the more games I've seen playing it, I quite like it in the sense that a lot of games do go to that third end. You know, even if you're a couple down, you still have a chance to get your 2 and take it into a fourth end, or get a 3 even and win the game. So I guess there's positives for both. But I do quite like the fact that you know, even if you lose the first 2 ends of that tie break, you still got a chance to win it.
Yeah. It's a good start. Oh, just gone past.
Definitely going quite long with the jack. Pretty much full length, just about. The other interesting one is, you know, obviously for the viewers watching here that are used to our respotted positions, you can see the 2 spots either side there. They're not in play in this event. You know, the respot in this event is the central tee where the jack is now, so should we have a situation where the jack leaves the rink in any way or leaves play, then it will go back onto that tee in the middle of the rink. Well, just slight small difference to the game we traditionally play. We use respots now in just about everything, so all our league games and stuff, it keeps the game moving. So, you know, rather than a burnt end when somebody drives with their last ball at the end and you've wasted a whole end in a club league match, we respot now because then at least you're getting more ends in. So I think most clubs have these respots just even for club stuff.
I was watching it earlier that Shane from Australia, he's got a big drive.
Yeah, he
reminds me of Ryan Bester a little bit.
He sent one across to the streaming rink earlier from, he must have been about 3 rinks away, so
yeah,
can definitely send them down. Well, Esme, can you adjust?
I think she's a little bit inside, is she? Good weight though.
Yep. See how much it just sweeps away there when you're just that ball inside the line. Weight was good. Good support with her, Esme. We were on this morning and she was about 3 rinks away and we heard the great vocal support behind her.
Yeah, that's her family, her mother's with her, Poppy, and then friends and cousins. So they've come here specifically for that, just to give us some support.
Good correction from Emma.
This looks a bit of a better line, but she might be a little bit quick, yeah.
She's to catch something, she'll be okay. Doesn't want the gap. Oh, unlucky. Yeah, a bit unlucky there. She played it good percentages in that shot. She reached the ball, she was good. Turned the jack, was okay. Just found the gap.
So Esme's just recently moved from a suburb of Pretoria. She's gone up to the coastal, up in Morsel Bay, or up in the George area, which is about a 2-hour plane flight away from Pretoria. So she's recently gone there, and it's been a good move for her because she's been doing quite well, winning tournaments.
Yeah, change of hand from Emma. I think she'll just be trying to draw inside these blue balls. Just aware that a trail of the jack would leave her vulnerable. She's on the tighter track though.
A bit further. Yeah.
She might end up covering it. Yeah, she's kind of come across and made it a bit harder. Still there though.
I think she just got to sit that back ball for shot, Darren, and she'd be okay.
Yeah, I think so. She wasn't far away with her last one.
No.
I wouldn't see the point in changing anything. Just down a similar track. Hope you get a better result when you arrive. There they are, the cheerleading squad that you referred to, Jason. They've been excellent, and quite rightly so. If you travel this far around the world to offer support, then make sure that we know you're there. I'm sure if she can pull one out the bag here, we'll hear them. It's all on pace out there.
Like a line.
She's over-sent it, hasn't she? Just not going to get back. I think it's going to be 2. Marker seemed to suggest it was 2. Yeah, 2 shots
right.
to Emma. Now gives her a 1-shot lead, 3-2 after 3 ends.
Set score is 3-2.
Good time
after
to bring you up to speed across the greens if I can manage it with my dodgy eyesight, but I'll try my best. We've got New Zealand are 4-0 up against Scotland. That's after 3 ends. Australia 3, England 2 after 4 ends. And it's Guernsey 4, Scotland 2. Just to confuse you, so that's Scotland team 2 are on 2 after 4 ends. So Guernsey 4-2 up, Australia 3-2 up on England, and New Zealand 4-0 up on Scotland.
32 metre jack.
And the New Zealand girl, Taylor, isn't she the current world champion in the outdoors?
Of the outdoor event? Ah, okay, yeah.
And
So I'll take your word.
she's now in the indoor. Don't know if that's been done before.
Might not have been done yet. Be one for the statisticians out there. Or somebody would like to come on and let us know about that one. Be quite good and going if you could achieve that, because it would have been done on 2 completely different surfaces and 2 different environments. So it takes a bit of going to have that double in the locker.
Looking pretty close here.
Looks a good line. How's the pace? Yeah, good start. 2 good open balls.
Let's see the correction here from the Malaysian Emma. The weight is normally really good all the time, so.
Yeah, as you say, the deliveries are just immaculate. Yeah, she's not short, just going to run through, I think. Line was really good.
Yeah.
Holding the shot.
Your line 1.
This is where Esme will need to try and back it up, try and back that good first one up. Slightly wider line, all on pace now for getting back. There's one round the back.
Never wasted there, I
No.
suppose.
It's definitely a narrower track that Emma's balls are taking. It's not bad here. She's looking for the jack. Yeah, she's put it well.
Good weight.
Definitely came down a narrower line than some of the balls I've been watching all day.
It brings Esme's back ball into play a little bit though, I suppose. not far away here.
She's on an excellent line. Good pace just to drop back onto the jack.
There's your bold one.
Ah, she's well played. There we go. There's the cheer. Great ball.
That's one thing about Esme. She's certainly doesn't give up. She's like a little Jack Russell on your trouser pants. You know, she fights till the end, which is good.
I'm sure I would describe Esme as a Jack Russell. She looks way taller than me. She's got about 1.5 on me in height, I think. Yeah, it's a good attribute to have in the locker. You're going to win titles like this one. It's never always going to be plain sailing. There's going to be a game or two you're going to have to dig deep. I think Andy would vouch for that. When you win an event, you've had to play maybe 10 games in to win it. You're never going to play 10 perfect games. There's always going to be that one or two you look back and you dodged a bullet there and you get over the line and somehow you find a bit of form. So it's a great attribute to have. Needs a helping hand. Oh, this was just on that wide line, so another nice draw here for Esme. Just try and make sure you get the second if you can.
Would you be changing hands here, Darren?
I would just be keeping her hand. She's played such a good ball. It's still open down that backhand. There's no need to really change anything. I think I would just be keeping it. She's actually played 2 good balls. Her first open ball was a good one, so just keep the hand, try and add the second shot. Switching. Not convinced to just push through this.
Yeah, quite right. The line wasn't bad, but
You just got to go and find something new when you do that. You've got to find a new line, a new way. I know she probably was a bit concerned she turned the jack perhaps on the backhand, but I just think the way the backhand plays, I don't think she was ever going to get back to give the shot away.
I agree.
Still, scores 1, ties the set up.
Set score is 2-3.
This is going to be a tight one all the way through.
Ends.
The first one that gets a count probably will be the one that wins the set.
3-3.
Yeah, definitely.
Four
It's that
ends.
type of game, innit? You think one mistake or one bad end could be costly. Just a reminder for anybody that is just sort of joining us this afternoon, maybe missed the morning games. It's 2 sets of 7 ends in all the events here for this tournament, all the way through. Should we get to a point where the
Jack
sets
length
are
is 29.5
even,
metres.
1-1, then we go into a 3-end tie-break. That remains accumulative scoring, so that means that whatever you score each end just gets added, so it's almost like a mini set rather than a tie-break. It becomes like a short version of a set played over 3 ends. Should we get to that stage, we'll remind you.
It's a good starter.
Yep, good open up. Oh, she switched onto this forehand. A lot of people have been playing that hand this direction.
One thing we did notice here was the 8 rinks that we're on now compared to the 4 rinks at the back. There was a little bit of a difference in the speed. The back was a little bit slower, probably about a second. I think must be running about 17 and a half. I think they timed it at, or 17 and a half.
Yeah, I would say most of our good indoors are all roughly about that sort of 17 and a half pace. What I would say is through the back, I would say is a bit more heavy, as you say, a wee bit more of a push, but it actually is sometimes a bit truer through there. Some of the rinks take a nice swing on the back section.
50 centimeters?
Sorry?
How far in?
Your ball.
Yeah.
good opener now. Can Esme just add that footer on in just to make it a better one?
It's always good to try and make a move on this fifth end. You know, if you can get a 2 or a 3 and then consolidate that sixth end. That was really, really good. Let's just push through it a bit.
I think for people that don't play indoor as much, you know, like yourselves, as you say, not got that facility to practice on, I think that's when it gets difficult, when you're only a foot off the jack and you're just trying to find that extra foot, because you know you've got to throw it slightly harder, but almost if you know you've done it harder, it's usually too far. You know, it's all about that small touch in it. It's just, it's hard to describe to people that have never played the sport, but it really is, you know, to add a foot of pace is nothing.
Yeah. I was trying to say to Esme, just try and beat your last ball. So that ball that she put there, just try and play exactly the same. If you just pass it, it's really good.
Yeah.
Don't try and add that weight.
Because you then overcompensate. Still getting the opportunity here though. Emma's had a bit of a loose end. So she's going to make a shot. Still plenty of room though.
Good weight. I think Emma will be closer with this one. There's Eddie at the back there. That's the coach from Malaysia. He's been around forever as well with the Malaysian side.
Yeah, he has indeed. This looks like the correction.
Gonna run.
Just about sneaking in.
I think so, yeah. So Esme's been in the setup for South Africa for around about 14 years, 15 years. She got her colours in about 2010, 2011, and I think she's won 2 silvers in the Commonwealth Games as well, in the fours in 2018 and 22 in Birmingham. So she certainly knows how to win medals.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't get them handed to you at that level. You've got to earn them. Yeah, sort of. Takes a long time sometimes for success to come along as well, you know. I know myself, I think it was about my 4th games before I finally got my hands on a medal, and by luck it was a gold one, and then I managed to back that up 4 years later in the triples. So, but they don't come around very easy at that level, as you know, Jason. You've got to find your A game at the right time.
Yeah. Okay, she just needs good weight here. Sneak around that front one.
It's all in pace, because I think our line's better than the last.
Not bad.
Just has to stop. Piece of the jack would help. Just maybe going to run through.
Maybe enough?
It certainly moved it. It's hard from our angle to tell, to be honest. Slightly think the red ball might just have a corner of it still in, but marker might let us know.
Yeah, let's see what Ian says. No.
Yeah. Just favouring the red ball. It's unlucky, Esme. She played that really well. That sort of thicker piece of the jack, she could have made a 2.
I think Eddie does a good job with the Malaysian side as well. Dan, he travels everywhere with them, and they always seem to be a happy bunch of happy team. I think that's a lot to do with the coach as well.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
Gonna fall in? No. I think it's just the one.
Umpire?
Yeah, I'm going to
Oh,
call
that's
for-
fallen. That's fallen.
Oh dear. It's definitely going to fall in closer as well. Interesting to see what's in this measure, because
Just for the viewers, Darren, how long can you wait until you can prop the ball?
well, the rule is 30 seconds. So basically, it's one of these rules that's in the sport, and it's not very often used. But the last ball, when it comes to its conclusion, you're allowed to call for 30 seconds for that ball to finish its momentum. And after 30 seconds, then it would have to be propped up. But it's a rule that not many people always use, to be honest. I don't know if people feel like, oh, it doesn't feel right I'm doing it, but it's in the rules. Why wouldn't you use it?
So let's have a look at
Ooh.
the second one as well. Well, luckily the ball didn't go into the other one.
Yeah, the reason she left it there, I'm surprised that the measure wasn't blue against the two reds, because she obviously left it there thinking she had a chance with it, so
Yeah.
it would have been easier to go to blue and then eliminate the reds or turn them out, but I don't think the umpire's convinced that the back red one had a chance.
Ooh. Could be closer than we think.
Yep,
2.
looks like it's two. Yep, two shots.
Two.
It fell
red.
in as well as we remember, so it probably wouldn't have been in if it hadn't fell, because it looked like it was pretty tight. Just opens up a two-shot lead now.
Set score
Big end
is
this
5-3
for both
after
players.
5 ends.
That's 6th end now. Whether 5-4, you got a chance still.
You're absolutely right.
6-3, difficult.
Yeah, you're 100% right there, Jason. Just all the jacks being cast here on N6, as a couple of games have come to a conclusion over, well, one has. So England have got over the line by one shot by the looks of it in the first set against Australia. So Emily Kernick taking the first set off of Kelsey Cottrell.
30.5 metre
We've got
jack.
New Zealand, Taylor Bruce 7-1 up against Claire Anderson. So that's the first set of that one gone as well now. So New Zealand, Taylor Bruce taking the first set against Claire Anderson. And then the last game is currently playing the last end of their set. Guernsey, Alison Marion against Sophie McGrowther. It's Alison Marion with a 6-3 lead going into that last end.
She's been really good this week, Alison.
Yeah, she's a real competitor, Alison, isn't she? She's been around a long time and always plays at a consistent level, I think.
Yeah.
Esme's just not got this one right.
No.
Don't know if she was maybe put off with where Emma's ball finished.
Yeah, good 1 year from Emma will put a lot of pressure on. Front toucher.
It's a narrow line as well. Definitely a narrower biased ball that Emma's thrown down there.
I think it might be the dream line.
Yeah, the look, I was going to say, they're definitely a Henslite ball, and I suspect on that line she came down, that must be Dreamline.
This has got better weight.
Definitely on a better track.
It's close here.
It's to negotiate this ball. This was always the danger, this one. Oh, our weight was perfect to it.
Emma swapping sides. I think she's also afraid of that blue ball.
Yeah, she's line 2. She wouldn't want to clock that a couple of turns and give it away.
Pretty good road.
Yeah, she's played it well.
Yep.
Did it very well. Touch of the jack.
What do you think Esme will be playing here, Darren?
She's probably got to keep her hand now to sit inside her own if she can. You know, if she gets inside her own, she can just reach that last ball. Definitely a much harder shot now. I think Esme's balls will just taper under a little bit.
If she gets to that one, it'll give her a chance.
Yeah, does give her a chance. Second shot as well. Yeah, I think Emma will just be trying to match that last ball of Esme's, just get another one in there.
Certainly got the upper hand at the moment on this end. But Esme has got a couple of options, a couple of good shots she could play. She'll certainly be trying, I know that.
Alison Marion did go over the line in that game just for MD and Dress in that one, so Alison Marion's taking the first set. Oh, crashed into that one. That wasn't even planned.
Loose ball.
Just wonder what options are. Just pick a pace you're comfortable in, try and just turn that ball out.
Yeah.
Get the main thing is to score one.
Exactly.
At least get one. Don't maybe try and be greedy and try and make it a 2. Just make sure you get the one you need to give yourself a chance. Definitely a wee bit more pace.
She's got to drop quicker.
Close.
She's close.
Oh.
Used to bend.
got
Used
it.
to bend. Yep, played it well. Turned it out for the one she needs really to keep herself in the set. Great ball. Played that with impressive weight. You know, a lot of people might have tried to be greedy there, Jason, and try and get a 2, and that would have made the shot harder.
Yeah.
She knew that just get the ball out, get my 1. Only 1 down now, playing the last end.
One.
Yeah, like you said, just to
One
get the shot
blue.
was important because it's the 7th end playing. So even if she got 2, she'd still need to pick up the 1.
Correct.
So this gives her a good chance now to. She needs this first ball to get close. See, she's moved the mat up quite a bit.
Set score is 5-4
Definitely got the mark
after
out
6
much
ends.
further.
This is the kind of length she's been playing all week. She's just been bringing that mat to the seam there.
Yep.
And just over the seam, and then she's been playing it to the tee. She's pretty good with the jack. I don't think she's lost the jack the whole week, to be honest. She's been pretty good.
This is the one she wants to get in nice and
30
close, just
metre
to
jack.
try and start this end off well.
Bit of a thriller for the first set.
It's been good. It's been nice and close game.
I'll slow down.
Oh, she just overplayed this one. Needs to survive though. Give something out of it. No, you never know.
I think this is close.
Yeah, it's a good start. Very good start. Weight's very good.
That's very good.
The ball in front or?
You can't argue with that.
It
Bonus
is
for-
3 inches short
bonus
of
for
jack
Esme,
high.
Fairly poorish first one. Is at least it's went through the back of the rink, so it's always going to give you some opportunity. She wants to get this one in a bit close to that ball of Emma's, even if she doesn't get the shot.
Yeah, just to try and make it fatter.
Yeah, definitely did a good track. Can she run?
Just inside it a bit.
Oh, she probably wants to give herself a bit of a target now, so yeah, it's not bad. Wonder if we'll see her change tactic for a third. Run the jack through the ditch.
Well, Esme's certainly got a drive on her. Darren, she can put a bit of speed on it, so she's not afraid to play that shot either. She plays more or less third or skip in the essay side, so she's got that in her.
Got in the walker, yeah.
Yeah.
Choices, it doesn't have to be a drive, but just feel if you open it up with this one and give yourself a chance.
Would you be playing the weight of the first one?
Yeah, I think I would be trying to open it up with this one. Even try to draw this, she's got to be absolutely perfect to get the shot. Because if she touches the outside of the red ball, she's probably not getting the shot still. She's just probably sort of played that in-between shot, I think, like her first one. Lost it, yeah. It's a difficult one. Yeah. Sometimes maybe just going that bit quicker makes that shot easier. It's hard sometimes to pick the right line with that 2-3 yards of pace. I guess it goes back to what you said though, Jason, the importance of getting that first ball in. Just, you kind of take control of the end a little bit.
Absolutely. Oh, this might be a bit close, too close. Oh,
Doesn't want to touch this because it will spring the jack a little bit. That is giving Esme a better chance, I think.
I'm not sure that was a poor decision ball.
Don't think I'd have been going near that.
She's got to look for that.
I think Esme should be going down to have a look at this one, really.
Such a big end.
I think she's going to play the right shot anyway, but I think I'd have been buying myself a little bit of time. Definitely playing the sort of... I don't know if she's got enough pace, has she, to hold that line? Close.
Close.
Going to get the wrong side.
Just gonna go.
Under. Yeah, it was a great effort. Played the right shot. It didn't really matter what pace she picked to play it at. It was the right shot to play. Good effort. As it turns out, it's going to be
Two red.
to
First set
two to
score,
Emma, who will
7-4.
take a 7-4 first set
First set to red.
victory. That will send us into set 2. It's a good time for World Bowls to put a shout out to their partners and sponsors who have made this event possible. So Aberdeen Indoor Bowling Club, ACIT Sport, Fab Little Bag, Niagara, Sports Build, Sporting Highlights, Bowls International, and of course our own SIBA Bowling Association. Without those partners, these events just wouldn't happen, and I know that World Bowls are delighted to have them all on board supporting this event, which has allowed all these countries to come from all over the world and compete here in Aberdeen. So thanks to them.
Darren, I think I'm going to be leaving you to the end of the game now because I've got to...
You've got to go and prepare, Jason. Yeah, well, wish you all the best for your quarter-final, which will be coming up just quite soon after this one. So all the best in that, and thanks for your company.
Yeah, and I'll be seeing you in Potters, I think, next.
Ah, good. Yep.
Yeah.
Look forward to it.
Okay, mate.
Thanks, Jason. Thank you.
Cheers.
.32-metre jack.
So, yep. Emma will start us off in set 2. She's went back to her sort of almost full length jack. Good pace, just on the wider line, not quite going to get back to the centre. Good opening ball there from Esme. Needs to start the second set well, just to get herself a bit of momentum. It's a set she must win to keep her hopes alive in the event. So as Jason leaves me, I'm delighted to be joined by Julie Gallo from Australia. It's from America, sorry. It's been a long day for me, do apologise. Yeah, from America. And she's going to join me for this second set here. Obviously, I don't know if you watched the first set, Julia, but it was a good set. Wasn't much in it. Could have went either way, and even Esme's last bowl was just probably a bowl tight of taking the jack through where she could have won the set.
Yeah, great to be here. I was watching the other games, the other singles games. Great quality today. Amazing shots all around.
This is a good start for Esme. That's what she needed to do. If you drop the
This one.
first set, I think it's important
Yes.
you start the second one, first couple ends. Try and start it with a bit of intent, get a bit of momentum going in the game. Emma's Dreamlines have been holding a very tight line down this hand. She's down that tight track again, so she's got a chance. Whether it moves will be the decision here. If it gets off the line, it's got a chance. Well played.
It's interesting to see Dreamline XGs on these greens. You don't expect them to go and turn, and then they take a wee turn and just get right on the jack.
Yeah, I mean it's not a bowl that a lot of us in the UK would play on these greens with, because for me the margin of error is not much. It's too minimal. You know, if you miss your line by a fraction, you're just not getting back, or you're under it. I just feel a bowl that turns a bit more just gives you that option of you could probably get away with 3 or 4 lines with that type of bowl. So most UK players you'll find will play with a bowl that would swing a little bit more than the Dreamline that are getting used there. But you know, Emma's playing them well, so why would why would you change? If you're getting the lines, you keep doing what you're doing. But yeah, it's not probably a bowl we would use a lot in this country. You know, more when we go to Southern Hemisphere, and hence like players will probably adapt to that type of bowl, because that's the one that's probably easier to find the centre of the rink with. Not really much on here for Emma. She'll just be trying to play a 4-hand draw. Just get round maybe the front blue one and try and get into that sort of area, split the blues up a bit. She's played it pretty well. Just wants to stop round about there. Yeah, it's a reasonable spot, to be fair. Still leaves Esme with a slight chance. Just got to try and somehow turn that red ball through 2 or 3 turns. Could make a 3, gets the right contact.
Yep.
It's on its way. Yeah, I just don't think this will move. I don't think it will move, not with that pace. In fairness, the pace is probably okay for the shot she's playing. It just was too wide. Yeah.
One red.
Yeah, so it's 1 to Emma. It was a great ball to get the shot, because Esme was lying well.
Set score is 1-0 after 1 end.
Imagine Emma will continue with her longer jacks. It's up marginally. I don't think it's quite full length, but the jack will certainly be up towards the tee again.
We played against the Malaysian team in the mixed pairs, Bill and I, and that was also her length.
Yeah, I think
Very consistent.
I don't think Esme's been going particularly short.
32 metre
but I think if I
jack.
was playing somebody with a Dreamline, I think I'd be dropping it pretty short, because that tends to be the length that straighter bowl will find it hard to get back to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not a good start. Well,
Yep.
good line, good pace. So, Julia, how have you found the event? Obviously, from your perspective, what was your preparations coming here? And obviously, I know, facilities you don't have as many as us to sort of practice on and stuff like that. So, how has your journey to the event been, and how have you found the event?
The event was amazing. I had a great time, and I had the fortune to meet Elsa Robertson 2 years ago with you, or last year, at Potter's, and I spent 10 days here prior to coming to Aberdeen. So I practiced in Elgin, and I went to the PBA qualifier in Carlisle. I rolled a few bowls at Geary, so I had a few different experiences on indoor carpets. It's just an amazing,
You're line
amazing
one.
surface to play on.
And the thing is, your short journey here, you'll have appreciated even the sort of small subtle differences in each of these stadiums. Elgin's a very fast carpet,
Yes.
much faster than here.
Yes.
Not that this is slow, but
No.
Elgin's one of our quicker carpets in the whole of the country.
Mhm.
And then you've got Geary slightly different.
Yep.
Obviously here slightly, and it's amazing that there's just subtle differences in
Yes.
all of them.
Even the same ring, or like
Yeah.
each ring. I found Elgin amazing. Like my aces were swinging so much. It's been a great experience. It's and also to meet again a lot of international players, competitors from all over the world, learning about their journeys into bowls and how bowls has changed their lives and how they do their own practice drills. Oh, Emma.
It's well played. Yeah, it's been a great end of bowls, really has. The 5 bowls are all within 18 inches of the jack, if that.
Yeah.
Emma's just finding the answers at the moment. It's not Esme started the set pretty well, but Emma's just coming up with a bowl at the right time.
It's me with.
She's missed it under. A lot of people who've ran on that hand have missed it tight. I don't know if it's one of these hands that hooks away quite quick, even with that amount of pace. But noticed quite a few folk that have ran down that side have missed it underneath. Emma's last one this end. Just be sticking with our forehand draw, I think. Just try to get another one in. Just to try and get back to that blue ball, which is out on the wider track. Kind of committed herself now, Esme. I think she gets the 3 red balls out, which is good.
Yep.
So to try and make a correction. Doesn't want to take her own away.
Does she maybe drawing?
No, she's closer. Oh, yep, she's made the shot.
What?
Yep, good strike. Oh, she didn't know what would happen once she got the jack, but it's bounced up the green. And she's line 1, so excellent strike there. Made a good correction from her previous one.
I've seen a lot of rebounding jacks moving forward with drives.
Yeah, so just whilst we're
One
on
blue.
all here after 2 ends, I'll just give you a quick update across the across the greens for those that are interested in these games. So we've got New
Set
Zealand
score
1,
1-1.
Scotland,
Okay,
which
2
is
ends.
Claire Anderson 2. So Taylor Bruce 1, Claire Anderson 2. That's after 3 ends. Taylor Bruce did win the first set in that game. We've got Australia's Kelsey Cottrell 4-2 up against Emily Kernick of England. They've played 4 ends in their second set. Emily won the first set for England. Kelsey obviously with a 2-shot advantage in this one halfway through the set. In our last game over there, Sophie McGrowther is 2-0 up on Alison Marion after 2 ends.
30
Alison
and a half
having won
metre
the
jack.
first set in that game. So tight games all across the green, as you would expect at this stage of the event. Quarter final of the ladies singles event. That will be followed shortly thereafter by the gents singles quarter-finals. And it doesn't end there, folks. We've also got the mixed pairs semi-finals to come later this evening. So a feast of bowls. I would recommend anybody that's in the vicinity of Aberdeen and can get here, they should try and get here and take in some action. And if you can't, then please join us on the stream and spread the word to get other people coming in, taking some of the action. It's the disadvantage of a straighter ball there. You just see it's not getting back at all off that line. So it's
Wade was good.
It's all right if you're nailing the line, but the moment you go bowler to outside, it takes a totally different line. So
Yeah. When you were down under, did you use?
yeah, I mean, I would
You're a
change.
tailor,
Yeah,
yeah.
I went to sort of GTRs, which are
GTRs.
probably our newest sort of. So I used to play sort of red lines in the past, you know. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you have to adapt. You have to.
Yeah.
I think the thing in Australia is the difficulty is, you know, it's not the quick greens and having to throw them out wider. It's just very difficult to get the centre line out there if you
okay.
don't play with a sort of narrower bowl, because
Okay.
the angles the bowls are coming in at, you have to be trying to find the middle of the rink, you know, and that. I think that's the same no matter where you play the sport, you know, whether you play indoor, whether you play on fast outdoors. The middle of the rink's key, because you know you don't want to just be drawing a shot and be jack high,
Yeah.
4 or 5 inches wide of the jack, because somebody's just going to, it's giving them a target to draw into if they want to hit it.
Yep.
I think, you know, most of the top players at the top level in any sport, they'll be trying to find the centre line as close to that centre line and as close to the jack as possible, obviously. But and I think you've got to pick a bowl that you feel you can do that more often with. You know, and that's I guess the key to consistency is, you know, you need to try and get a bowl that you feel is going to get you there. And then the difficulty is obviously executing it. But
Yep.
it's a loose end this
A
one.
little bit. Yeah. Little shorter length.
Just leaving the opportunities for, you know, I think if Esme had just gotten a bit tighter there, it would have been harder for Emma. That said, she's got to find something a bit different from her first 2. That's why she's switching hands, because she's probably got a clearer path down the forehand.
Yeah. Good track.
Yeah, I think her weight's going to get her there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good adjustment.
Yeah. Good adjustment.
What's the relation with the ball and the jack? Is it short?
This one,
Yeah.
1 bowl short of jack high.
Just the fact it's 1 ball short will probably cause Esme to switch hands
Switch
as
hands.
well. Yeah.
Yep. She can set Emma's ball.
Her ball will not get that same straight track though. She needs to be a bit wider, I think. Yeah. She's got caught in the front balls there. Yeah, so just caught in the front balls. Left a little room here for Emma to
And another.
add another. And this is, I don't want to jinx Emma in any way, shape or form, but this is what Malaysia are normally very good at, is repeating their previous delivery. They speaking to Jason about it, how they practice so much. They're so robotic at everything they do. They're able to go out there and play bowl after bowl after they could put thousands of bowls down, and it's something that probably a lot of us struggle with. After about half an hour, 40 minutes of practice, I'm getting bored, and they're like pummeling thousands of bowls down, and that's the reward, I guess, you get if you can do it. She's just played exactly the same bowl again.
Only half hour?
After about half an hour, 40 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind
we have
playing
to wait for her
matches
to
or
come back.
playing it for, even if you're playing against somebody in a practice match, but just rolling bowls, I don't know if it's our mindset in this country, but I don't think we've ever been brilliant practicers like that. I don't know anybody that can.
I got mixed up.
Somebody likes it from Scotland that now lives out the country, David Gourley, I would use as an example. David will play lots and lots when he comes to an event, because he's probably not playing much in between the events, so I can understand that. He's then trying to build up his match play and stuff like that, but for most of the guys I know in Scotland anyway, it's difficult to practice for hours and hours and hours. It's just not something we've done, so mindset, it's quite difficult to get your head into that, but it's something that Malaysia do much better than anybody else, I think, or certainly one of the top countries that do it, and they get the reward because they've definitely improved as a country over the years. I've been competing, and they're now one of the top countries in the world.
Okay.
Yeah, Elsa was telling me that, you have a very long indoor season, and she was playing pretty much every day, so she couldn't put in practice time. Consider that as a fortune to play every day. But I can understand that it may get a little bit overwhelming at times.
Yeah, it's just, as I say, the coaching they get, you can see Eddie there's coaching, even at this, obviously a short comfort break for one of the players, so, he's still speaking away to Emma, trying to
she was taking notes,
coach her through the game, and,
it's beautiful.
It's great to see.
I would love to see some data analytics or artificial intelligence in long bowls.
Well, it looks like Emily Kernick's taken a vital step in her game. She was 4-all. She's picked up a 3 to go 7-4 up.
Oh yeah.
Going into the last end of that set against Kelsey Cottrell, so having won the first set, and now with a 3-shot lead, Kelsey would need a 4 to take that one into a tiebreak, which is going to be a tough ask.
Set score 3-1.
Claire Anderson's rallying in her match, 3-1 up against Taylor Bruce after end 4. And yes, so too is Sophie McGrowther from Scotland under the Scotland 2 banner. She's 6-1 up in the second set of her match against Alison Marion, having lost the first set. So both Scotland's reps are fighting hard to try and take their matches into tiebreaks. Kelsey Cottrell, on the other hand, has a tough ask to get 4 at the last end of that match. Back underway here. It's Emma who has a 3-1 lead. 3-1 lead after 3 ends, so. It's another great start.
Oh yeah.
Wait's really good, just tucking in behind the jack, I think. Yep, good start.
Yeah.
She's nailing that line this way very well. A good line again. Pace looks a bit better. Oh, that's well played.
Brilliant.
Just stepped it up a notch this set. Just played the right balls at the start of the set at the right time when she looked like she might be losing some shots. She played great balls, and now she just seems to have found that line and weight.
turn a little bit.
Good effort.
Yep.
Second shot. Push through this one on that wider track. No target here for Esme, so it's just a draw. Try and get as close as you can.
That Emily is holding 1 over Kelsey. This ball of game. 5. The end, but
She's going to get 1-3 on the respot. I think that's not going to be enough to save her. I don't think that's. It's going to be a good win for Emily.
and
Oh, well
beautiful
played, Emma.
Emma.
Not even make the target any bigger
I
either.
know.
Just-
Repeated the same ball.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's got to be. I think it's got to be firm now. The only danger is the plant's going onto her back one. But to be fair, she's not going to be able to draw that now. Got to rip through it and take your chance. If you get the right corner of the first red one, you might get the two of them out. Don't think you can be much worse than 2 down.
Yeah. Yeah, if these 2 red go.
Yeah, I think you've just got to rattle into it and hope you get a good connection, a good result.
Both ladies have very good drives.
Yeah, that's what Jason was saying. Said Esme plays back end in South Africa a lot, third and skip, so we saw that a couple ends ago where she missed her first one, but she had a good second run up. She's going to need another one here.
Good line.
No chance. It's a good effort. It's a bit unfortunate.
Unfortunate result.
It was always going to be difficult, I guess, to probably make the shot, but it was a good strike and a little unfortunate to flick the red one across there towards the jack, but limits the damage. She was 2 down,
Yep.
reduced it to 1.
Agreed, Emma. 1 red.
Yeah, another difference that I noticed between these
Set
carpets
score is
and
4-1
the artificial
after
surfaces
4
that we
ends.
play on. Over there, the jacks go farther sometimes. Here they have more friction sometimes.
Yep.
All these subtle differences can make or break.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, definitely.
I guess it's the beauty of the sport when it goes to your favor.
Yeah, and you know what? It's, I guess,
But it's
you
always
know,
a beauty.
Yeah, I think to be fair, you know, the amount of worldwide sport we have in bowls now, you know, you need to test yourself in all these different conditions to improve your game.
Absolutely.
You know, the more you can play in different environments, different conditions, the more you build a sort of profile of your game, and then you hopefully use that to your advantage, you know, and if you get the next chance to come back and do it again, then hopefully you've learned from your your previous experience. So it's great to see all the. I was speaking this morning, I think it was one of the earlier games we did, and I was speaking to Keris actually, you know, and I said it's, you know, it's great to see the way the sport's evolved, even in my time playing it, you know, in the last 20 years, even the European countries, you know, there's so many more now play the sport that they played
26.5
before.
metre jack.
I believe we've got Italy and Ghana represented here who are looking to start out their journey into the sport. So the more we can attract people to get there, you know, I still think we need to work on the bit of, you know, once we get people involved, how we assist them as a sport with their infrastructure and their, you you know, their
Coaching.
coaching and how they deliver it to make sure they keep getting better and better, you know, because
Yeah.
it's not easy for countries coming in against other ones that have been there for 20 and 30 years.
Exactly.
You know, so we need to try and support and help these newer ones to get them up there to speed. And you know, there's plenty others that have done it and are up there now. Malaysia, when they first started out, you know, in their journey now, they're, as I say, one of the world leaders in our sport. So it can be done, but it does take a bit of finance, it takes a bit of effort, and it does take a good coaching structure, I think, to build on. It's great to see, as I say, you know, closer to home for us in the UK, you know, all these European, you know, when I first started, Holland were around,
Oh, Holland.
but you know, now we've got France, you know, Hungary, we've got Switzerland, you know, we've got all these other countries that
Sweden.
that have crept
Germany,
in, you know,
yeah.
it's
Cyprus.
great. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. I guess also with modern technology, we can reach a bigger audience. So we can provide internet, well, can provide online training and coaching. That would be a good way of helping.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, it's the world over now, isn't it? You know, technology has taken over, so we need to use it to our advantage. Just like any other sport, you'd have to do. It's great that we can now stream all these games. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I think streaming's been brilliant for our sport. You know, it gets us out there to countries that wouldn't, like, you know, there's a lot of countries competing here. People wouldn't be able to see this at all if they weren't
Yeah.
able to hook into the stream. So, you know, it's brilliant to get that round the world. Same obviously at Potters and stuff like that. The more we can grow the game and show it, hopefully it attracts more people, more sponsors would be good. Put that plug out there. Emma's just doing enough here. Esme's just started to go a wee bit astray with her first two bowls, and it's put her under pressure. And every end she seems to be having to produce one bowl. Still room this time. She needs this one in. Doesn't want to lose this end, I don't think, in the set, otherwise it's going to be a more difficult task with 2 ends to go. Chasing 5 shots, it's going to be hard.
Be underneath.
Just get the wrong side of it. Still 2 down. Quite sure Emma will just try and draw another one in there. Picks up a multiple count this end, it's going to put her in a very, very good position as far as the match is concerned. I feel this is going to be a very, very big ball from Esme. Yeah, no mistake from Emma, I don't think. She's inside the blue, making it count. If I was Esme, I'd have went down and had a look at the angles here, because she could have just about got all 3 red balls out with her drive, but because she's not went down, I think she's going to stick to the draw. Certainly draw ball. Just she's going to need a helping hand, or she's through the gap. Yeah, just through the gap. It's going to be a costly end. Definitely going to lose 3 shots. And if 3 is confirmed, it's going to put her 7-1 down, 2 ends to go. She would need to score 7 shots with the last 2 ends to take the match into a tie-break. That's a tall order. Just felt she'd went to the head there to look at that. She's actually ran quite well when she has played runners, so I'd have went down, because if she got the jack through and off the rink, she had the respot. And then it looked like, you know, from our angle we can't tell for sure, but it looked like there was a good contact off 1 red ball each. She might have then got 3 of them. And at least she would have then seen it for herself, and if she elected to still draw, that was
Set
a choice.
score
But she
is
kind of just
7-1
decided from the mat.
After 5 ends.
Sometimes feel that's, you know, when you need to just take that 2-minute walk down to
Calm down.
just look at everything
One-legged.
and make sure you're comfortable, you're playing the right shot, and just buy yourself a bit of time, really. It was going to be a massive bowl, you know, in the context of the set. If she didn't save anything, it's almost set over, so you know, use that opportunity to go down, have a look, and just make sure you're satisfied that the draw is the right shot.
31 metre jack.
with this format, we can walk. We don't have the shot clock like Potters, which is a good thing.
And it was our last bowl of the end, so she didn't even have to ask. You know, obviously,
Yes.
I think if you want to come up after your, your second, or if you want to come up before your third, you've got to ask.
Yeah.
But most markers will let you up anyway. But it was our last bowl, so she didn't need to ask. She could have just went down. So we've got Claire Anderson 4-3 up against Taylor Bruce. They're on the last end of the second set. Taylor's obviously won the first set.
She's
She's
lying
lying
shot.
one, probably about a foot off the jack. Both players have got about 2 balls each left, so that's a tight one to call. Claire needs to win that end to take it into a tie break. Then Sophie McGrowther, she's managed to get her second set in the bag, so that's 1-1. They're just about to start their tie break very shortly. So that's one match that's going into a tie break. We've got Emily Kernick, who beat Kelsey Cotterill. She's the first semi-finalist for sure. It's a good adjustment, Esme. Well played.
Yeah, well played. She's actually giving herself a chance here. First ball behind and in a good position. That Claire drew shot.
Yeah, I think she has. Claire's maybe drawn the shot there. It's a good line from Emma here. I think she's drawn this. Well played.
Well played.
Yeah, she can see the finish line for sure. And she doesn't want to give it up.
It is 4 inches
Off that
through
green as
Jack
quickly
High.
as possible and book her place into the
Behind.
semi-final. Just a reminder, tomorrow we'll see the ladies and gents semi-finals of their singles in the morning, and then we'll have all 3 finals for you back to back. Still lots more to watch today as well. Got the gents singles quarter-final coming up after this, round about 3:15, or just keep an eye on our channels in case we have to adjust times, but it will be round about 3:15, that one will be coming on. And then tonight we have the mixed pair semi-final coming on around about 5:30. So Emma sticking our forehand draw here. There's a bit of danger across the other side of the rink, so
Yep.
a little surprised she hasn't switched over and tried to cover the get in the mix of these 3 blue balls. It's not easy, but there is an opportunity here for Esme just to come up, and if she can just get the sort of split between the ball and the jack, she'll push it across towards her own balls. She needs to score minimum of 3 shots. Slate door has been left open.
I reckon maybe with the narrower line, she may have not gotten back.
Yeah.
Going around the
Well,
front
that's
ball.
quite possible, but I think I would have still been trying to get someone out
To
there.
somewhere there.
Even if you went round the outside of the first blue one and finished out wide, at least you're then making it more hard for Esme. Can actually just about put the jack anywhere out to that side of the rink. As long as it doesn't kill, then she's
Yeah.
going to lie 3 or 4.
Yep. Big ball.
Just pushed us out too wide, I think. We'll start moving now, but she needs to be back inside the red. It's not going to happen. It's going to be one shot and the match to Emma Saroji from Malaysia. She's going to take the match 8-1 in the second set. She won the first set 7-4. First set was a much tighter affair. Could have went either way. Emma just found her form at the right time. Second set, she definitely dominated the play and was a worthy winner. So Emma takes her place in the semi-final. She joins Emily Kernick of England. And we've got 2 other matches out on the rest of the green, still to decide the final 2 semi-finals in this event.
1 red.
Well, let's look at what's coming up for the
Set
rest of
score
today.
is 8-1. Second set to red.
Yeah, so we've got the gents quarter-final next, and that's Andrew Kyle of Ireland against Jack McShane of Australia. That's coming on, and then we have a mixed pairs semi-final following that around about 5:30 tonight. So we've got Alison and Ian Merrion from Guernsey taking on Lauren Gowan and Ross Owen of Wales. So that's our next 2 matches, folks. Julia, thanks for your company. Enjoyed the commentary there. Thanks to the viewers for viewing in, and hopefully you'll come back in and watch these last 2 games.
Thank
See
you
you soon.
for having me.